Minister, I think you gave some kind of an indication that you might be able to deal with this issue in some way in your contribution last night. Maybe I was being hopeful in reading into it that you might address the issue. I know you're not the Minister for Finance, but can I just quote from your colleague, Deputy Timmy Dooley, who said that you have stature and skill. So could I suggest that you use your stature and skill in order to have that insidious tax abolished forthwith, because it's doing an awful lot of damage, Minister. Other speakers here have referred to the example of the Dutch government and other European countries, and there is actual statistical evidence to suggest that this tax does more harm than good in terms of the money it actually costs, in terms of lost revenue with regard to the tourism industry. And as others have said, your own tourism renewal group actually strongly urged the removal of the air travel tax. And that is a consultative group that was set up by the government. And also the chairman of Fáilte Ireland has said that it's costing the Irish economy over 30 million on an annual basis. So I think you've plenty of ammunition, Minister, to take to the Minister for Finance to suggest that this travel tax should be abolished. I'm particularly concerned about my own region, the Midwest region, because it has had a really dramatic effect in relation to Shannon Airport. Basically, Michael O'Leary of Ryanair said he was pulling out a number of routes from Shannon mainly because of the travel tax, and he subsequently, unfortunately, did pull them out. And we now have very little connectivity from Shannon to mainland Europe. We have flights to Britain, we have flights across the Atlantic, even though we've had very bad announcements in relation to some of those recently. But the travel tax has had a huge negative influence on Shannon Airport in particular, and its reduction in traffic is greater than either Dublin or Cork. Now, I just wanted to refer to the fact that my colleague Prunchis de Rossa, MEP, has been informed by EU Transport Commissioner Sim Kallas that the EU Commissioner are actually looking at the travel tax and think that it may well breach EU rules. So I would certainly hope that it does and that the government will be forced to withdraw it, but I would prefer to see the government voluntarily withdrawing this tax, which is, as I said, causing so much of a negative effect on tourism in Ireland and particularly in the Midwest region. I just want to just refer to one or two other areas. Also, the EU next week, I understand, is going to be issuing an EU tourism policy, which is going to be about marketing the European Union. They describe it as a European tourism image as an ensemble. In other words, they're going to market Europe. And I think that's very significant, and I would like to see Ireland playing a leading role in that. I'm particularly thinking of the Asian market, and Deputy Upton, in her policy document on behalf of the Labour Party, signals out the fact that there is a huge potential within the Asian market. It's huge populations. A lot of them come to Europe. You see hordes of tourists from the East in a lot of European capitals. We need to get those people coming to Ireland. We need to grow the Irish tourism product, particularly, in my view, in Asia. I think that really is where the great potential is for the future. And I would urge that we take a lead in Ireland in relation to that European concept whereby, OK, they might go to Paris, but they'd also come to Ireland, or they might go to Rome, but they'd also come to Ireland. We need to be in that loop. Just to give the rest of my colleagues time, thank you very much. Okay.